Welcome to our 17th episode of Black Dance Stories. Here's a note about why we are here. Our dance world was pummeled by COVID 19, and Black dance artists are finding ways to talk about life during this time. Our world was further turned upside down after horrible events ensued nationally and globally, bringing attention yet again to the need for the Black Lives Matter movement. Black dance artists have not been quiet. Black dance artists have been doing the work. Black dance artists continue to make work. To stay involved, we hold these weekly impromptu discussions and tell stories. Black dance stories. This is one action, and we promise you that we will stay involved. We are a community working together to support, uphold, highlight, and celebrate Black creatives. Tonight is our 17th episode of what we hope will be many stories told in the artist's own voices. Thank you so much for making time to witness. And we ask every week that you please spread the word about our special time together. Tonight, it's Souleymane Solo, Badolo, and Francesca Harper's turn. Yay! Please meet part of our BDS team, and I'll go first. I am Charmaine Warren. I am a Jamaican. I am the great granddaughter of Ida Boyd, granddaughter of Solomon Golson and Ruby Chapman, and I am one of 9 children by Theophilus Warren and my 94-year-old mother, Pearline Warren, who lives in Jamaica. I am a non-disabled Black woman. With the utmost respect to the Native people, I acknowledge that I live on the stolen land of the indigenous Lenape people, now known as Montclair, New Jersey, with my husband, photographer and graphic artist Tony Turner. Our daughter, Ashay Turner, a Black ballerina with locks, is in her junior year at Boston Conservatory. I have locks that are pulled up on top of my head and wrapped in a blue African print. I'm wearing a blue blouse and silver and blue earrings. Behind me are photos of our family, a large plant, a lamp, and African masks. My heart is more and more full every week when we gather in this special community space. It is humbling when I see the names in the chat, so thank you for being there. It's equally humbling also that these fabulous friends, these notables, these really good people from our dance community says yes when we ask them to join us. I want to turn it over now to Kimani.
Thank you, Charmaine. Welcome back, BDS family. And as always, it's wonderful to be here with you. The importance of acknowledging our familial and dance legacies is an essential tradition. With deep respect and honor, I want to acknowledge the Lenape people, whose stolen land I am zooming from, currently known as the Village of Harlem. I am a Black, non disabled woman, and I live with my 9-year-old son. I am sitting in my dining room. I have a golden low cut hairstyle. I'm wearing a blue tank top, wearing blue today, everybody, and with big silver hoop earrings. I am granddaughter of Lucille Madison. I teach because of her, daughter of Ronald Augustus Fowlin, Jamaican warrior, and Anne Fowlin, Renaissance woman. I dance because of them. My son Tamayo keeps me present with the fascination of a blossoming young visual artist. And with that, I turn it over to Nick.
Thank you, Kimani. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicholas Xavier Hall. I'm Haitian American, and I'm a Black non-disabled man. My pronouns are he, him, his. I'm the grandson of Gertha Farr and Jean-Claude Hall. I'm also the grandson of Jacques Arnold Nicholas and Marie Violette Alexandre. I was born in Brooklyn to Sheila and Curtis Hall. My family, including my sisters Isabella and Victoria, now live in Montclair, which is on stolen land of the Lenape people. I'm also a recent graduate of the Fordham Ailey BFA program. I dance because it reminds me to keep dreaming. I'm in a white room wearing a blue striped button down. Behind me is a mirror, a TV, and a black figure Matisse painting. I'm going to pass things back to Kimani.
Okay, time for the important statements about voting. 11 days to go and counting down. So again, stressing, please vote, please vote, please vote. And as always, the family that supports us behind the scenes, I would like to also let you know it takes our village to make this happen. So we have Cynthia Tate, publicist. We have Gabe de Coladonu, web designer. It's almost ready. Caitlin Chandler, video tech expert. And new to the family, Renee Redding Jones, director of development. And of course, Tony Turner, graphic designer, and our amazing ASL interpreters, Sharuk, Kenya, and Keru, I think. Kara. All right. So with that, I am turning it back to Nick.
Thank you, Kimani. So I just want to ask everyone to please put your name in the chat, say hi to your neighbor. A big part of Black Dance Stories is our community. So we want to see who's there with us tonight. Also, please follow our Instagram at Black Dance Stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please, please, please follow our Twitter account. It's at BLK Dance Stories. We'd very much appreciate it. And with that, if you'd like to grab a glass of water, a cocktail, a glass of wine, but let's cheers to Black Dance Stories.
Cheers, Black.
Cheers, everybody.
And so again, I drink, as always, for our BDS team will continue to stand in solidarity with all those who want an immediate end to systemic racism. Ongoing instances of police brutality prove the need for support from Black Dance Stories and the larger community. Nick?
We also want to acknowledge the protests taking place in Nigeria right now. We stand in solidarity with those who are fighting to end SARS. Thank you.
I'll take it. There's so much going on. And every time we meet before we open our doors, our boxes to you all here, we talk about all of these things that are really important to us. Nothing will happen until we make the change. So make a change. We welcome you here tonight to listen to some of the artists, and tomorrow and next week, not tomorrow night, to listen to some of these artists that are making a change. So thanks. Kimani and Nick are gonna leave for a while, but they will be back. And we get to bring Souleymane Badolo, solo. Come on in, my friend, my brother, not my friend, my brother, comrade. Welcome. Cheers.
Burkina.
To Burkina. So introduce yourself, Solo. Push your camera up a little bit. We're losing the top of your head. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Introduce yourself and let's have a chat.
Okay. My silence meant a lot for me. And maybe you don't know why this silence. The silence, because I'm coming from somewhere. I'm coming from far from here. And then tonight I have this opportunity to talk about who I am, where I come from. My name is Souleymane Badolo Odwa Yado Gore. This is my name. But shortly you can say Solo to make carrying Souleymane, calling Solo.
Oh.
Then Gore, my names have a lot of stories. Because my mom, this silence is for my mom. Because she was a stronger and brave woman. She got pregnant 14 times, 1 4. And then she lost 11 children. And then only my brother, my sister, and myself, three of us, still alive. And then you have to be brave to, to have this experience on your life. And you could say, oh, I'm tired now, I won't keep going. But she was still going until we are here today. My name, Gore, mean is a food name. It's like a pastor or it's like something. But Gore mean when your children dying, they have to carry you and sell you and go to the market and go everywhere in the public space, not private space, and they put the baby on the basket and they throw everything on top of this baby. And you said you're selling this baby, you don't want this baby anymore. Buy it, take it for yourself. And then is this story save your baby to not dying if it's something bad, even it's like somebody who trying to do bad thing to this baby, it been protected by the spirit who ever um and then Gore, this is my name. And then Yado mean grave, cemetery, because it mean nowhere you can find a grave, no grave anymore for this baby. He have to survive. And my name is Yado, mean grave. And the grave, the meaning of grave, nowhere, no place anymore. Now we done. You have to be alive. And then this is my name. And my third name is Odwa. Odwa means rain. The day I born, it started raining in the morning when my mom was going for labor and the labor starts and then she going to the hospital. It started raining until she delivered the baby. When I born, it stopped raining. And then that's why I have this name, Odwa. And this is my story. And the traditional way, how they call me, the elders in our village or our neighborhood, even in Ouagadougou, they call me Gore Odwa or Yado. This is my name. And the solo, it comes from Souleymane. So, and my village is Cha. Oh, Cha, I'm come from Cha. Cha is like 164 kilometers from Ouagadougou, our capital. It's where my father and my mom, they came from. And yeah, they came from there, they born there, and then they came from there to live in Ouagadougou. This is Solo Badolo. And there, our neighborhood in my village name called Otajir. Otajir, we are our neighborhood in French we say quartier. We own the older the older drum. This older drum have a story. The story of this older drum is playing when someone important dying. They have going to announce nobody playing this drum. This drum, nobody playing this drum until tomorrow is still going the same thing. It's the same story go on and on. Nothing new, stop this, or nothing older, stop it. It's just keep going. And when is somebody important in the village, even if I'm an important person, like older, if I'm certain age older and I'm living in the United States, when I'm gonna die, this drum going to be playing back home. And then the elders will know I'm gonna die. And when it's playing, I have all the children from our village have a specific name, the nickname they call them. And when um, the drum playing by himself, is the spirit who playing the drum. And then it play and calling your name. People who know the language of the drum, it knows is the son of this person who going to be passing away. And this, our village, we are Muslim and Christian and animist. We have everything there. You can be Muslim, but you still going to the ancestors. You can be Christian and you still going to the ancestor. We are disconnection, ancestors, and the modern life tight. Is a tight. Then I'm coming from this. And this drum is not for tourists, it's a real. It's not making story because it says something it used to be. No, it's still there. And I'm coming from there. It used to be our grandfather house, but now they move it to the different family because in our family, we are more Christian and Muslims. And then some of my uncles, they don't want to do it really officially. And then, but the other family, there was part of this family, of our family. We coming from the same grandfather. And then this family, they took it. Now, if there's anything, there's this family who doing it. I'm coming from there. This is and usually my family in general, they are drum players. This the drum, they play drum, not the one I'm talking about, but they are drum players. They play long drums or guldaro. They call it glu and guldar, the long drums is what we play. Then this is my story. And also I would like to talk about how to be a Muslim, Black artist Muslim, and dancer. This is something really sometimes difficult because to manage, because Islam and dance is not really something you can do. But it's not because only I want to do a dance. I born to be a dancer. I did not choose to be a dancer. Because when you choose to be a dancer, it's a different, you can make your choice. But I born to be a dancer. Then I have this connection, and it's like I'm a Muslim, but in the same time, I'm an animist. Because in my family, we still have this connection with the ancestors. It's harder to cut this bridge existing between myself and my tradition and this connection. Then I went to the one of the mosques in Kingston to pray for my Friday prayer. And I really respect my prayers. And then when the guy asked me, is a Black person like myself, and he asked me, what do you do? And I say, I'm a dance teacher. And he said, where? And I say, oh, I'm teaching at Bard College. And then I have my own company and I doing my own work. And he says, Subhanallah. Subhanallah, yeah, Subhanallah. He says, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Oh God. I said, why? He said, you are Muslim, why are you dancing? This is prohibiting dancing for a Muslim. I say what I giving in dance, what I give is more than what I receiving in dance because I'm educating people. And I'm educating people. I'm giving this, what I got from my ancestors I still going, I'm still giving to this. I want to order alive. And he said, oh, I don't have to do that. I have to stop and find something else. And I told him, if God wasn't want me to be a dancer, God will find something else and say, don't do it. And also in dance, you can dance and celebrate God. Or you can dance and celebrate God. God, you can celebrate God with dance. Dance, God is celebrate dance, singing, music, dance. This is the different form you can use to celebrate God. It's not only performing on a certain way, uh, saying this is the way how you can you celebrating God. And from this day, this guy is is from Trinidad. He said he's a Trinidadian, but he's born in the United States, and he converts to Islam. And he said, okay. And I said, this is good. God said it like people who convert to Islam. I born Muslim, but you know better than me. That's true. But I'm not doubting, but I want you to know dance is created by God. The whole Muslim, the dancing, the Sufis dance. And can you tell me this dance is not celebrating God? Then as I navigated on this situation sometime, the hard time to find myself being black, being a Muslim, being dancer, being artist, is that sometimes as it's not easy, but he feed me more. The way is not easy is feeding me to gain more knowledge, more understanding of this world, of these people who surrounding me, and how I can utilize my thinking, my work, my art, my dance. This is a little I introduced Solo Badolo. My father name it was Onyo, but his Muslim name is Brema, and my mom is Isama Emor Mariam. Lovely people. Oh, yes, I. Uh, so this is a little yeah, uh, yeah. This is really something I want to talk about it,
Yeah.
and I keep it here always. And this is a really good occasion for me to share this story with others to know.
But Solo, you don't always keep it here. You bring it out.
Out. Yeah, I bring
And
it.
what does that feel like when you get to bring it out in your choreography, maybe?
I It's to release me more because it's giving me more inspiration. It give me more inspiration. And if you can see all my work, I trying to be tied to my roots. This is how I can be the real African, the real black, the real one who came in from the land of the real people. Because this is how I can breathe, how I can be, and how my spirit, when I'm dancing sometime, I set my choreography and always something new can come during my performance. It's not because I want to improvise, because the spirit of my dance, of my ancestors comes on stage and take my body and they control my body and have to do something they want is what I believe. I believe is what happening on my dance. They're putting something on me. You have to show this. You have to share this. You have to talk about this.
What happens when you put something on somebody else's body? Does it always look like what you think it will look like?
Yes. I'm gonna say something to you, Sherman.
Mhm.
We got some experience together, working and doing this piece. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, and you know what? Always before I start making dance or to work with someone, I always have to get back to my and then before to start to do what I have to do. That's why always I have this um yeah, I get power from somewhere. Even the person who I put the dance into it did not understand. Something will help the person to understand what you have to do. And they have something always. And it's not me. And I say that it's not me. It's some people. It's the people, invisible people. I can't see them, but I can feel them. And how the gathering, how they're helping, how they're pushing, how they put the power on anything I do. Yeah, I believe.
And do you think the contemporary dance is a struggle to keep with the traditional dance?
I don't
Because you are a traditional dancer.
I don't think so. Sherman, Dr.
Yeah.
Sherman Warren. KII. Okay, so I don't think so. I always say that this has become like my beard growing. Why I'm saying that, I'm a traditional dancer first. It's where I came from. If you forget your roots, you won't survive. The tree live because of the roots of the tree. And there is the root who feed the tree. If I'm a traditional dance, the traditional dance feed my contemporary dance. Without this, if I cut my roots, I think I would become empty, like dancing without spirit, some without life, just dancing. But my traditional dance inspire me a lot and it give me strength. And if you can see my work, I always connect to this. This is my power. This is where I come from. When the baby born, you know what? Uh, I know so many, maybe so many black people does this also. The first thing they give to the baby, I know, is the milk of the mother, but they have some roots and leaves, and it's what the baby drink more morning and night. This make the baby stronger. And they have something else they give to the baby. I don't want to talk about this, the name, but to make the baby stronger, to be a real baby. I have these names as a scaring names. When you say, my name is Grave, oh, wow. Are you, uh, is it like, are you Ravenna? How to say Ravenna? Somebody who died and came back.
Oh gosh, I can't think of the word either. But you die and you come back. Revive. Ghost. Ghost.
Goats, yeah,
Ghost.
goats, goats.
Thank you, Kimani or
Yeah,
Nick. Yes.
yeah. You know, it's, it's some power behind.
Yeah.
This is a solo.
Mm-hmm.
This is Odwa. This
Odua.
is Odwa. This is Gore. This is Yado. You know, nobody can touch grave. That they said like everyone respect the grave. You respect it because you know you're going to go there one of the day. Then my name, people have to respect my name. This is because I'm a black and a black person. This is from my tradition. This is some important treasure. It makes sense. Treasure. Yeah.
Treasure. Yeah. Treasure.
Treasure. Treasure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a treasure.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
And it makes you so happy that you can bring all of these things into your dance. You were born to be a dancer.
Yeah. And I think see, so all these help my dance, help me, and make my work stay alive. Because I have this is a connection with my body, with myself, with my mind, my brain, with
Mhm.
everything, my soul.
Yeah.
This is the connection.
So look, we've been home, right?
Yeah.
How are you finding strength in bringing all of this together? I know you're teaching, but making work.
Making work is a teaching is a actually teaching is one of the best thing giving,
Mm.
and making work is a something different because earlier I said that going back to where I came from, that is always how I feed my work. Because without this, I won't have any inspiration or
Mhm.
strength
Mhm.
to my work the way I want.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, getting dark because I'm dark.
Stop it. Stop saying that. So listen, remember you said, oh, como dit en français? Revine?
Revive.
Revive. So reincarnated, some
Oh,
people said resurrected, other names.
mm.
But now that you're not going home, what are
No.
you doing to
Um,
be inspired?
right now I'm not going home, but I'm in a connection with home.
Mm.
Connection, you know, born and raised. We have a proverb will say, when you're born and you see your father, then you see your grandfather.
Oh,
That means what your grandfather teach the father,
yeah.
he must teach this to you. And then you learn something, even you not going home. You have some knowledge.
Yeah.
You can talk from here with what's happening home.
Yeah.
You don't need to call cell phone to talk. They are here with you
Yeah. Always.
always. And I know how to talk with them.
Mm.
And I know.
And we know you know how to talk. Let's bring Francesca in. Francesca knows how to talk to the person that's not here too. Come on in, Fran. And as Francesca comes in, Carol Marie Webster's here. Clarence Brooks is here. Oh my gosh, look who is here too. Oh, hello.
Bring the kids on. So I thought, let me invite her for a moment. This is
Yay.
Harper Collins.
Yay.
Harper.
Good.
I know.
Harper, you're huge now.
Oh, I know. Almost 10.
Yeah.
9, December
Double
11th. Yeah.
digits,
Big
Harper.
girl.
That's a big deal. Don't go away yet, Harper. Wait a minute. So I'm just going to tell you who's here. Cynthia Oliver's here. Ann Davidson is here.
Oh,
Deva Farron is here.
Wow.
Eva Ya Asantewa.
Wow.
oh.
Carla Peterson. Amy Casello.
Wow.
Mattingly. Solo. Stacy's here. Stacy Dinner.
Wow.
Siobhan Burke, Cheryl Thomas, and Montclair. Laura Marchese is in the house. So many people are here.
Oh.
Solo, I'm gonna leave for a minute so you
Yeah.
two can have a little chat.
Yeah.
Harper, you can hang out, or Mama, up to you. But you two have a little chat for a while. I'll see you. Enjoy.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye. Oh, bye, Harper. Bye.
Sola, I was listening to you speak and I was so moved. And I remember seeing you perform at Harlem Stage. And I remember watching your performance and seeing you channel the ancestors the way you mentioned.
Mm.
And I just think I feel so fortunate to have witnessed you live. And for me, I think as a teacher, as a creator, it is such a process to get, my students or to get my dancers to really trust that channeling, you know? Have you always felt that? Has that always been a part of you? Did you just feel the calling, or was that something that developed when you grew older?
Oh, when you are younger, the certain things is harder for you to understand really. But with time, you learn and you understand better, and you have a better feeling and connection regarding certain things. Even your father or your mom, she can guide you and telling you something, but you're not understanding exactly what they want to tell you
Mm,
and what they're trying to do for you or you what you have to do. And until certain age, you will start to understand what the word saying. The word saying is this path or this way you should start doing your stuff.
mm, mm,
Yeah. Because I say I want to be a dancer, I not choose to be a dancer.
mm.
Why I'm saying that, my my mom said when she was pregnant of me, or on me or of me, and she went for my the father of my father is passed away, and then they have a funeral to do. you know Baby starting to move when the baby is certain amount of weeks, but I'm inside what she said. She's not alive, but to witness. But my brothers and family can witness what she like to say often about me when I'm dancing. She said, I start moving inside on her before I I become real,
Wow.
because she has this feeling. It's like a contraction, but earlier than the time.
Oh, yeah.
I said I did not decide to be a dancer. I think I've been choose to be a dancer.
Right. That's right.
And then when she went for the funeral of my grandfather, the funeral, we have to dance. And we have this proverb again in in my village. They say when you don't know how to dance the day your dad pass or your mom pass die, you will learn how to dance, and because you are forced to dance.
Mm,
And then I think this is what I understood now. I think I want to say to my mom, I want to dance for my grandfather.
mm.
That's why, but
Oh,
because I have to dance for my grandfather, even I don't really know how to dance, but
ah,
I'm not really, I still like something little, but I'm moving.
hmm,
But when she's explaining, I thought she just making story to
hmm,
make me happy because I'm a dancer.
hmm.
But now with time, that's why I say with time, I
Right.
understand it's not really she want to make me happy. It's something because my mom, she did not go to school. She
Mm,
doesn't know all these things.
right, right. But it makes me think so much as I've gotten older, and we start to feel these feelings that we feel so strongly when we're young. I think about that. My mother used to say to me, you will know when it's right, Francesca. You will feel it in your heart. And I've had these really clear moments, but I didn't know how to define them. But as I've gotten older, I started to realize, for me, it feels like purpose, finding your purpose and finding, some way to contribute, like you said, to teach, to give, to receive, and knowing, oh, right, that's what those feelings were. They were starting to inform me, of my purpose here on earth, which I think is so interesting as we get older, how we just become so much clearer about, all of these paths that we've taken, you know, we've taken spontaneously or just on a whim or just a feeling or, but
Mm,
all those moments have been clear, and it just takes the experiences to start defining those moments and understanding, I think your purpose. I think it's so wonderful to make those connections, to make
yeah.
that for me is one of the most beautiful processes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But it really takes time because this is something you
Yes.
not really understand right away what you're talking about. You have to be experience so many things in your life, and you start making connection and say, oh, this and this, it might be
Mm,
going together. That's why they were saying this or that, and now it starts making sense for yourself. Yeah.
yes. And then I think solo, then being able to share it with younger people. When I think of you talking about, like, that process or your audience, this idea of, okay, I think it's this and I put this here, and maybe, oh, right, that's because I experienced that. So don't do that, or do, it's like, it's so, that's what's amazing, and kind of tapping into our community or that collective consciousness that we have in the theater and performance, which I felt so strongly when I saw you perform. Seeing you transcend and connect and channel and visit your ancestors made me understand that I wasn't alone. I could feel that, in your performance. And it's so wonderful when those moments in performance or rituals become clear to us, and we can share and empower other people through the teaching or through performance.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the old ceremonies, like the rituals,
Hmm.
for me, somewhere the rituals is like performance, and the same time is it something more serious than performance.
Oh, yes, deeper, so much deeper. It's so funny that you say that, because during this time in quarantine, you know, I I'm a my mom was a Buddhist, so I practice Buddhism, and I have chanting, and I have my gohans, and I have my altar, and so I've had more time at it. And when you were talking about the ancestors, there's a point in my chanting that we thank our ancestors, and we go through everyone one by one. It is the most wonderful moment in that ritual, because I actually spend time with them, and I'm reminded of the joy or the gifts or the gifts that they brought me. And I think it's so interesting that and I've even seen some of my ancestors. Like I had a distant relationship with my father, but through this ritual, it was a few weeks ago, I saw my grandparents lift my father up,
Oh,
and now he's lifted in my heart and my mind and in my thoughts, and there's been an understanding, or something has shifted. And it's just remarkable, to reflect on such a deep level, to take that time in your life
mm.
to channel and visit these spiritual channels. you
Oh
know
my goodness. As always, the conversation is just going in, right? I knew you would start to talk about Mama Denise. I knew you would. I knew you would. I knew you would. Well, so I'm going to say some more people are here. Robin Wilson is here. Solo.
Yeah.
Tony says he loves your beard.
Oh, my brother, oh, my beard. We are twins because he
You're
has
twins.
good
I
beard.
know.
Yeah.
Wait, c'est vraiment. And Francesca, Ava says, Francesca speaks true.
Oh my gosh.
No.
From you, I bow, my queen.
Welcome, Francesca. One more cheers. And Solo, you're gonna go hang out for a minute.
Okay,
I will
cool.
see you in a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sante, sante.
Francesca. See you, Solo.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for bringing Harper to say hello to us.
Oh,
That
well,
was
you had mentioned that, and I thought that was so sweet to be,
Mhm.
familial, and to
It's
be
right.
inclusive,
Oh.
include our next generation.
Let me tell you. Well, introduce yourself, my beautiful queen.
Ah, thank you, doctor. I
You said you were gonna do that.
told you. I
Shame.
told you. My name is Francesca Harper. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I live in Manhattan on the Upper West Side, which is on the stolen lands of the Lenape tribe. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, to Denise Jefferson and John Roy Harper II. I am married to Eric Cohen. We have been married since 2008. And we have a daughter who you met earlier, Harper Io Denise Cohen. Her name we chose. My maiden name is her first name. Eric's name as her last name. Io, so she had her own name. Io is the moon around Jupiter, and so she's this luminous moon. And Denise, which is my mother's name, so she has a little bit of everyone surrounding her. Um, I am an artist. I started as a ballet dancer, very much inspired by my. Here's a kitty. This is Amber, by the way. This is Amber. We can't stay away from each other. We love each other. This actually, my mother, when she was really struggling with in her last year, and she was doing chemo and going through cancer treatments, chemo treatments. She got Amber, and Amber is the sweetest cat. I mean, she is nothing but she is just comes. And when my mother used to chant, she would sit in her lap the minute she started speaking. Yeah, no, this cat is just So a very special place in my heart. And my mother in the hospital, her password was Amber. I know. This is my beauty cat. Anyway, so yes, but I started dancing in ballet, and then I ended up moving to Europe and danced with William Forsythe. I danced with Dance Theater of Harlem before Harper had to come back. So I have the ladies of the house here with me, with Amber and Harper. Um, and so I danced with Dance Theater of Harlem. It was a wonderful time. I started ballet because my mother had wanted to be a ballerina. She started training with this woman, Edna McCrae, in Chicago, and was really talented very early. The teacher saw that she was really talented, and but the teacher had a talk with her one day and said that there were no ballerinas of color, and it was going to be very hard. And so my mother stopped dancing. So I think that origin story of my mother's became a driving dream for me, or a driving force in my life. And I knew, even going into these predominantly white spaces as a young girl of color, I mean, I knew what it meant. It was really, it was a statement. It was a civil rights statement being there. And I was very much aware. My father was a civil rights lawyer. So between my mother being an educator and empowering young dancers, and my father's civil rights work, I have always really kind of thought about, where we're taking uh, ourselves, and supporting my Black community, and being a representative, or just even looking through a lens of equality in my work. So I started in ballet, and then I was at Dance Theater Harlem, and it was a really wonderful time socially for me, because I went to the Nightingale Bamford School on the Upper East Side, another predominantly white environment. And then I went to Dance Theater Harlem. I'd gone to Alvin Ailey because my mother was teaching there, but I had never really been immersed in, all year touring with. And when I joined Dance Theater Harlem, I cannot tell you, my life changed to be able to really talk openly and transparently about our experiences, racial experiences. It was just, I felt so liberated, and it was incredible. So that time for me was really wonderful. But what was interesting about that time, because I had also grown up with my mother being a Martha Graham dancer, and so she went from ballet to this kind of the radical feminism of the Graham technique, right? So I grew up very much kind of with this modern dance world like behind me, and this empowerment uh, kind of sitting with me. And in ballet, I thought, I remember once we were in the studio, and I remember Arthur Mitchell said to me, he said, you talk too much. You have too many opinions. We don't want our dancers to have an opinion. I know. So those were the things that I thought, oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this is for me, this environment. I don't know if I can just be one of the quiet ballerinas that do the steps and stay silent. So that's kind of where, and we were on layoff for about 8 months. And on that layoff, my friend had seen the Frankfurt Ballet over in Europe. And I had seen them at City Center, and I was so impressed. I had never seen a ballet company that was so diverse. I had seen it, with Ailey Bilty Jones, and growing up around modern dance, but I had never seen it in the ballet world. So I thought, my gosh, this is it. This is this inclusive space, and this man is basically saying this is a social platform for change. I'm going to be very kind of politically conscious of who I am putting out on this stage and the diversity. And that for me just felt, my gosh, this is something new. This is a trailblazer in the political and social way. And I thought, my goodness. So I went, and I was getting ready to tour to Stuttgart, Hamburg, and Frankfurt. I stopped in the Frankfurt. I saw them perform, and that was my mother that I talked about with solo. in that moment, it was it. I said, this is it. This is the place. This is the place for me. It was the right place. I knew I was destined to be there. And I worked with Bill Forsyth in the studio and I got a contract. He said, you get the next contract. But I had to wait a year before I went. And I'll tell you, it was just really, really paradise for me there. I had really found a home. We were very much simpatico, I was very much in alignment with his vision and with his work. We collaborated with architects, with film directors. You know, it was this hybrid work or this hybrid model. And so we would go from acting and text to dancing on point the next piece, and we had to like be ready and fluid and shifting at a moment's notice. And then improv, it's where I basically have been teaching improv for the last 12 years. And I learned how to improv over there and to kind of create on the spot and trust what I was saying. So, you know, that for me was a game changer in terms of also this hybridity that I think is now a part of my creative work, and just finding those bridges that I think, you know, between acting, dance, filmmaking, ballet, modern is the human story, you know? And that for me has been just, it is transformative. And I love to just throw myself into something I don't know. That is really a gift from working with Bill and him being such a risk taker and saying, hey, do this, just don't think, just go out and do it. And I thought, my gosh, and it doesn't always work for me, Charmaine. It doesn't, I mean, seriously, it's like, you know, but I can recover pretty quickly. That's what I love about improv and taking risks, is that if you take the risk and it doesn't work, you can do the research and build, if you have time, you build up the craft making by putting in the investment to learn what you want to do, you know, or learn that particular craft. So I think that's really just me, you know, and something that really thrills me in this lifetime is just kind of launching into the unknown and trusting that I'll find my way out, you know. So I think that's what's so interesting. I had someone just disappeared because I could tell she didn't. She was like, "Hi, mom." So it's interesting. Harper, you know, she is also now. I started Harper. I was thinking, you know, I told you all about that story of my mother. We've got to get Harper. She's, you know, ballet. It's the next generation. It's got to. It's good. Let's get her early. Good. No, no. She does the ballet, but no. And really interesting, just in terms of legacy, you know, that and she does it all. I mean, she does the ballet, but she also wanted to open up, and she's really enjoying acting. So she's really starting early, really serious about focusing on this acting human story. I'm learning from Harper just in her ease, which is something I didn't have as a young person, you know. She's starting to do these scenes and she will improv in a moment and just make up something and talk to somebody off camera and make a whole scenario and scene. And I'm just, that I know me, I need to know a scripted. What is that? What does that mean? But Harper just wanted me to say once she memorized a commercial in 5 minutes. So memorization is really good for her.
Why
So
can Harper tell us about that, Harper? Can't hear.
Auditioning for like I think my agency, and they said like for this age you gotta do this script. So I think it was an Oreo cookie script. No, it was like a gummy bear script. And then I was like my mom was like, okay, 5 minutes. No, she's like, okay, 5 minutes, and then I'll come in and help you, and I'll practice. And when you get things wrong, I'll tell you everything right. And then like 5 minutes, she came in. I was like, and she tested me, and like I got everything right.
off book. But it's so wonderful. And I just think, when I was really kind of pushing in this direction with ballet, and I just also, I'm so appreciative, like Solo said, with the ancestors who really, my mom always said, we're all different. And she really respected that I had a different kind of mode of expression and a different, my own art form. And that for me was a moment I said, oh my goodness. Because I think some of my pushings, it's interesting for me, when Solo was talking about having such a clear connection to the ancestors, for me, having grown up in America, and this is very interesting, and that's something I really want to work on with Harper, I was not prepared to deal with my mother's passing in the same way. I was not given stories or maybe even given the time. I could feel myself when she passed. Oh, let me keep working, do this for her. And there was just not that. I really think it took so much longer than if I had had a really a process. So that was interesting for me because I spent quite a few years kind of blocked and kind of in that sadness, just letting it take over. And it took a piece that I created about my mom. Harper, you saw that. Look of Feeling. That was, yeah, that's right. When I was calling out Margot and scenes from I had remembered about my mother, but it took me about 3 years to make that piece. And by
And
recreating.
tell everybody who Margot is too, as you're talking about the
Oh,
piece.
yes. Margot is my mother's sister and Harper's great aunt, Margot Jefferson. And my mom and Margot, they moved here in the 70s, 4 blocks from each other. So they are the two women that really raised me, during the feminist movement. So, I'm so grateful for all they gave me and for the support that they gave me. But I think that was it, Charmaine, just that, I really hope that our younger people will embrace this kind of our cyclical experience of life and death, and be given that time to really grieve or be surrounded by the people that can really kind of serve as support during those times. So that piece for me was really a moment to something I also wanted Harper to see how incredibly courageous her grandmother was. And so, yeah, so that really helped me. That piece helped me move through my grief and start thinking about translating these, my grief into beautiful memories as that serve as inspiration.
And there's also a company. Did you mention your company at all?
I did. Oh gosh, the Francesca Harper Project. We've been around since 2005. And it's been a long, wonderful road. We're still around. We have a new project coming up, the Dome Experience. I work with 2 incredible composers and full orchestra. So we're trying to figure out, we're going to call it a virtual global residency. And we're going to make these films with the orchestra and the dancers. And I'm really excited also to be reunited. Charmaine, you're going to love this next name. You know who I'm working with? Malik Washington.
Yes.
Washington, yes. And we are collaborating a lot together, and Eriko Isako and Willie Laurie. So I'm just back kind of with people I had my 5th anniversary with Willie. I'm reunited for the first time. COVID is just reuniting me with the loves that I started, the company with. So it's just been remarkable, as difficult and challenging as this time has been. I have just connected to people I have lost touch with and been reunited and kind of resuscitating the love that I have lost. And so it's been really remarkable. And I think I'm so happy, Charmaine. I don't know how you feel, but just to be, like Solo was saying, kind of in this place in life that I can really be grateful and enjoy moments.
But 5 years though. 5 years. What are you thinking about while you're in quarantine? And what do you see for you, for Harper, for the company. What's your mama telling you?
Oh, very
Mm.
interesting. Well, you know, it's really bizarre, not bizarre, but an interesting pivot in this time. So I lost all of my work, Charmaine, when COVID hit. I had a commission. I was going to be working at Ailey and then also Europe, and everything shut down. I had a really big commission in Austria,
Mm.
gone. And I had to hustle. I was like, let me figure out how to, right, piece things together. And somehow, through the miracles of the universe, I got some funding, emergency funds, etc. And teaching my students on Zoom, Harper reminded me, right? All of a sudden, this new, right? But what was interesting is because I've been working in this hybrid model or this hybrid format for so long, I recently got like 6 commissions at once, 6. And one was Jacob's Pillow that we just premiered on October 8th. And they're all in film because I create films. I've been creating film work for my pieces since we started in 2005. I showed film work and did multidisciplinary work. So that was one of the presenters said, Fran, I think, if we called you because, we knew you could figure something out. So I have been creating films. I've been creating films in this time. And they've all been around themes of social justice and equality. We started the first film watching civil rights speeches and deconstructing I Have a Dream speech. We also started watching Harvey Milk, Gloria Steinem, Angela Davis. And I have been using the civil rights speeches as inspiration. That is how I've been starting every work. So we have been responding now during the Black Lives Matter movement to the civil rights movements and finding parallels and finding differences and also kind of fortifying this new generation, right, in the thick of it, in the middle of a movement. And what do we want to say? How do we want to move ourselves forward? How do we want to support? How can we fortify? How can we find strength? So, I mean, it is almost like when you talk about the ancestors speaking, there's my father with the civil rights in every piece. And this pivot for me has also been a little bit in the back of my mind. I actually bought the rights to a book. I can't say the name yet, and I sold it to Sony Pictures. So I'm going to be an executive producer on a series in development. So this film was like, shoot, here we go. Let's see. So I don't know where this is going, but as I told you, with that mentality to dive in and just throw in everything that I know, and throw my soul into the work, it will lead somewhere and it'll be interesting to see where it takes. But that for me, I think also really to share our stories, that for me, this story that I'm producing is a Black story. My story, I got Urban Bush Women Fellowship, another Black story. And that really also feels to me like that's my purpose now, to really make sure that we share so that, and Harper is also, she's biracial. So we really so we can get those stories out and find this intersectionality. Because as long as we aren't treated as equal, we're not going to find that intersectionality in the way. So I think that that's really what's incentive now and this beautiful, bright future of our United Nations. Yes, what? Yes, he said he doesn't want to. She asked if my husband, Daddy, can come on, but he says
He said no. But Harper, why do you want Daddy to come?
Show you him.
Because you want to
very proud
show.
of Daddy.
Oh,
Harper just learned Space Odyssey, David Bowie on the piano.
Oddity.
Oddity, sorry. Space Oddity on the piano, and Dad plays it on the guitar.
so there's music going on.
Music going on. That's right. That's
and
right.
Mom plays a little bit of piano.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
and so Harper, no dancing, huh?
No, she does dance. No, she's gonna do it all. Oh, I shouldn't speak for you. You speak for yourself.
I do dance. I prefer other dances like hip hop or jazz, not really ballet that much.
Yeah, I think grandma and mama, maybe not so much ballet.
I know, right? The ballet that we did had
Yeah.
had the hip hop beats underneath them, right? That's the ballet I do. I do my playlist when I teach my ballet class now, right? With some Alicia Keys.
Yes.
So I do. Oh, I do. We do our plies with Alicia Keys and Luther Vandross, and yes, Alicia Keys can be ballet music. That's right. That's the new our new language, right? Our new hybrid model. All inclusive ballet.
And Francesca, did you feel like you had to reach for that, or you've always done that?
You
But
mean,
now there's this time where you say, okay, more of us, as Diane McIntyre says, it's Black time.
oh, I cannot tell you. I'm also on the board of directors at my alma mater where Harper goes to school. And I have been doing all summer doing a lot of DEI work and I'm telling you, I am breathing. I cannot tell you what a relief it is for us to be here. It is time, and we are actively doing the work.
Yeah.
And it is so encouraging. I'm telling you, just to also kind of take it off of our shouldering and being encumbered alone. Right? Just
Because
now
it's not
that's what I
new.
so appreciate about this dialogue is everybody, let's all take this on and look at how we respond and look at the microaggressions and look at our communication and understand what body language is saying in a conversation. I mean, you're right. Here we go. It's time.
It's not new. It's not
I
new.
know it's not. I know.
You know, I just heard, and I'm not going to say who said it, but I just got a new line. Not that it's new also, but Black choreographers, pity hire. Pity hire. A lot of them are getting work right now. But what are you doing? Why are you calling me now? Pity hire.
I've had some conversations about that.
Hmm.
Right. And I keep saying that it's been interesting in the conversations that I've been having. And I say this even, with I was saying it was interesting all of a sudden to have this influx. And I keep saying, even when I'm there to the people that I'm working for, well, it will be interesting to see if this is maintained. That is the exciting part. Let's see if this will be maintained. Right. And if not, let's circle back and remind, right? Right. This is interesting that this happened at once, but what about sustainability here, right? Absolutely.
Down the line.
Yeah. Well,
Have
I'm
you heard?
also finding what's interesting, Charmaine, and what's been happening, I think, with the ingenuity of our millennials and our elders kind of working in concert with each other, is that there are a lot of entrepreneurial ventures now that are Black owned and Black directed. And I feel like I just actually started a virtual dance classes for children because some institutions had not been able to open up for the children. There were going to be children missing out on a whole year of training. So I said, okay, I've got to start the virtual classes. And I'm working, with a full faculty, I think 3/4 African American women.
Of
That was
course.
important for me to hire so that the girls also see their models. And, so I think, and I was talking to another teacher, and she's also doing her own projects, and she's African American. And so, now that we have the time, we are creating these infrastructures. So when we open back up, it's gonna look like a new world.
Sustainability.
Sustainability models. Thank you.
Come on. We have to bring solo back.
Okay.
Wasn't that fast? Come on back, Souleymane Badolo.
Adoyo.
Badolo. Did I do it again? Badoyo.
Badolo.
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 Cheers, 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 cheers.
Hey,
Mm.
Oh,
So my
you were
friends.
trying to get me to sing some opera earlier.
Uh-oh. Wait, solo, opera.
I'm here.
Francesca is gonna do some
No,
opera.
no, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, only if
Yeah.
we all do it. Only if we all do it. Oh,
Tommy,
no,
Uh,
thank you. Go ahead.
look,
You gonna do it
Wendy
solo?
Perrin is here.
Who?
Wendy
Oh,
Perrin is here.
Wendy.
Janice Brenner is
Ah,
here. And Olivia Tarpaga,
oh,
Burkina
yeah.
Faso.
Burkina, Burkina.
Burkina, Burkina. And y'all, this is the time when I try to find questions in the chat. There aren't generally questions, but I tried to find questions. But I did have actually one that both of you can talk about a little bit from Joe Malillo about collaboration. Both of you do a lot of collaborating. I know that you do solo with Nora, and Francesca, you talked about it a little bit. The list is long, but do you two want to talk about what that's like, collaboration?
sure. Solo, you wanna go?
Oh, you can go.
Oh, okay, I go quickly. All right. So my collaborations, it's interesting because I was thinking about that. When I came back from Europe, it took me a while to find my heart and my people here. And I had a lot of kind of research that I was doing. And then I met Carrie Mae Weems in 15 years ago, the photographer and the artist. And my friend Tanya Selvaratnam introduced me to her. And we were doing a video for her. And I remember she put on music, and I had never felt that kind of free with anyone. So I have been collaborating with Carrie for the past decade. That started then. And then also with Nick Cave, we did a few projects, one at the Park Avenue Armory. So I've been also collaborating. And then we also did a project called Refrigerated Dreams at Joe's Pub with Nona Hendricks. And Nona Hendricks and I work constantly as collaborators. She's now working on a score for the film that I'm creating for University of Southern California. And she's just so those are my people, and like this model I had when I was working in Europe in the visual arts, it's so wonderful. They also work in this hybrid model, so we're working with text and we're working with dance, and we're all collaborating together collectively, and multimedia. And we did the piece at Joe's Pub. Nona had a live cam, and we were bringing audience members in, and made it an immersive event. And so I think also I just love New York for those possibilities, the collaboration. I mean, just brilliance all around. And because it's New York, you can collaborate quickly and really get some incredible projects done quickly with this
Okay.
power.
I know that solo worked with my husband, Tony Turner. So that much I know. But there are so many people solo. How about you collaborating?
I want to talk about this company I collaborate with my company years ago. Company Cheche, it was a female company in Ivory Coast with
Oh,
Beatrice Combe, Nadia Begre, and Flavie, and Nina. It was really amazing, this collaboration with this company, the girls' company. I know even sometimes it's not really easy because each one have you want something coming from you.
mm,
And when you throwing this on the table and say, okay, we can do that. Oh, you're going to see they have to really argue. It was a collaboration, but sometimes with some collaboration it's not easy to navigate, to really negotiate. But it was really a great experience collaborating with them because it was black woman, black male, and then my company we all were men, and their company was all was women. It was like you are man, you wanna impose something to how we are women. And then it wasn't this. Actually, it wasn't this, but it was like a different vision because it's a different way how dancers work. And this was really so something I think it feed myself as a dancer and human and male to collaborate with company like African Black women company. But my collaboration with Nora also we collaborate with on some piece. It really looks good, but when we are on stage is different than when we are. Yeah, but the stage it never separate, it never end up when you're working together. Even when out of stage, out of the studio, you still, this collaboration work is still going on. But what my experience with Tony and you, it was really amazing because,
Aw.
yeah, because honestly, Tony being photographer and set designer, he came with an amazing idea and this idea fits really like I don't, it was really fitting. Something was really connecting. It was a real connection with my idea, my main idea.
Yeah.
And for this piece, this was my dream to keep working on this piece because the collaboration was really rich. And with you, even you wasn't have a time.
Oh.
You did something really. Anything I ask you, can you try this? Okay, I'm gonna try. And it was really so good. It
Oh,
was,
you're so sweet, Solo. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
yeah. Honestly, I'm saying honestly, it was really so good. All my collaboration was really good. Even I collaborate. That this it wasn't really collaboration, but it was really working with Reggie Wilson on. It was really so interesting, and this was my first time to experience that because with Reggie, always he was questioning, he asking me. Not is not the question. This is the collaboration. This is the only question. Every single time, why, why you do that? Why you going there? Why you doing this? Why you wearing? Why you responding to like this? This the why? The beginning it was really so so hard for me, and I'm getting like I'm getting mad from why give me an answer. Why you asking me question, only question. And through the end I understand this is a different way how to make work, how to collaborate, how you can learn from someone really pushing you with question. This question help you to discover yourself and to be able to respond to this question without getting frustrated. And then I think I from collaboration I learned a lot with so many different people who are where I collaborating with in the past. But I still want to keep collaboration because it's really interesting. And when I was in Bennington College, and I got this artist. He is the teachers too. John is a sculptor. He teach sculpture and others. And John was really so amazing.
But sounds like Francesca also work with visual artists, right?
Mm,
And you two want to keep working with
yeah,
collaborating.
collaborated. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna look first, try to find more questions, unless you have to say something on that. Francesca, I'm trying to
My
find.
question. I have a question. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You can go. But my question, I want to address this question to to Dr.
No.
Why do you like this Black Death story?
Oh my gosh. Because I get to be with you all and I get to put everybody up front. And those who don't know about you, all of you, everybody that has been here. And I'm again, like I said in the beginning, I'm humbled. Myself, Nick, and Kimani, we are humbled that you say yes. So that's the why I love it, to be able to share you, whom I hold so close to my heart, with other people.
And do you want, or do you think you guys, not you, the team I'm talking about,
Uh-huh.
are going to be just for the pandemic, or is something you thinking to order for the future?
Wow. I did not know I was going to be put on the chopping block tonight.
There you
Okay,
go.
Solo, Badolo.
Badolo.
Badolo. Stop it. I'll answer quickly,
Yeah.
but the truth is we're here because of the pandemic. But once we're over, I want to be with you all on stage. And the team was just talking about that today. I want to be there after your show. We want to be there after your show to ask the questions and have the audience be with us, just like we used to do. Right? Makes
Love
sense?
that. That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, but I think having this is the way people we can gather together.
Yeah.
This is a different way. It's not the live performance, but it still can be something. We still have a
And I agree. I think it's been remarkable. One of the things, my takeaway, these conversations, I mean, we have deepened our communication in a way through the pandemic that we have not had the time to talk this profoundly and this deeply with each other. And that is one of the gifts I hope that we maintain when we get back to being with each other. Because, I can even feel sometimes how much we were rushing around and hustling, New York. But just so thank you, Charmaine, for this. No, because I think these conversations are really changing our dialogue and changing our communication in a very deep way.
And
So
but you all too, though, do you feel that you're able to talk to people in your community more because we're here? We don't love it, but do you have more time to talk to people in your communities?
I think because we are so distant
Yeah.
that there's more effort I'm feeling,
Mm,
and less apathy. I feel there's just like, because we are not with each other, I feel the need to connect is
yeah.
is really being honored, in a way. And
Mhm.
people are making, as tiring as all of this is, people are really making the effort, doing the work,
Yeah. Yeah.
to feel something.
What about you, Solo? Do you see more connecting with people?
yeah. I think this yeah. And I want to say that pandemic is it creates something or people get back to themselves because we all were so busy not thinking only thinking myself only me, but this situation it gave different way how the humankind can think about not yourself but to think about your community,
Your
how we
community.
can be all together unite
Yeah.
in families.
Yeah.
For so
Yeah.
long some people doesn't have a time for their family,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
through this they got time, they make
Yeah.
time, they understand how family is important. And for
Mhm.
this black dance story, it's the way black people in the dance and the art community to understand how we are all are important to each other and we have to
Yes.
be united.
That's right.
Yeah.
This
Come on, Kimani and Nick. Come back. Say what you just said, Solo. I'm sorry.
oh,
The
I said,
last part.
yeah. No, I said this is something really important for Black people to
Yeah.
understand
Mhm.
how this situation, we have to be united. That would make us more stronger because
Oh.
the pandemic, it teach us something. Even
Yes.
if so many people die on this and keep dying, but it teach us how the human value, how we have to get back together, how to we have to support each other.
Mhm.
This is really important. The
Mhm.
negative way, but this is the positive way. Without this platform, I won't have a possibility today to talk about this. Black people
Mm.
get together. This is important. How
Yeah.
we can help each other to talk about our culture to change. And that's why I say it's really important. This, I wish you would be able to keep, to maintain Black dance story every year, inviting different people, joining this platform and to talk about Blackness, about Black dance, about Black story, Black life, what we experiencing out of United States, out of the Africa, out of Europe, all of the place where Black people
Yeah.
live.
But in real life, though, in person, after the pandemic,
Yeah,
together.
together,
Together.
Francesca?
Please.
together.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So listen, of course it's late. It's always late. Solo, Fran, do you have anything that you didn't say? Any shout outs? There's so many nice things in the chat. Olivier is chatting up, Cynthia is chatting up, Wendy's chatting up. Oh my God, so many people. Lots of lifting up. We didn't get to, but that's okay. But anything?
Just grateful. I am profoundly grateful. You know, I think since also too, I was so connected to the New York dance community through my mother, and she's been gone for a long time, Charmaine. It means so much to reconnect with you. I've known you for so long, and to hear that everyone is here tonight, and it just really fortifies me, and just really it's so encouraging and inspiring. So I cannot thank you enough. And Solo, so you know, I can just see you on stage channeling the ancestors. It's just an
Merci.
honor. Oh, merci pour tout.
Merci.
Merci aussi. And the Black Dance Story team. This is just what we need.
Yeah.
Oh. Solo?
Oh, I want to thank you all for this great experience and possibility you gave me today to talk about who I am and sharing this and meeting in person your team and Francesca. And really, I hope next year, without COVID, we get together. Today, this
Yes.
festival is a dance, Black Dance Story Festival, and
Okay.
with live dance, live music, live everything,
Yes.
and real.
Speak it.
Yes.
Wow. Speak
Yeah.
it out. Say it out.
Hello.
Say it out.
Sante.
Yeah. Thank you.
So next week is Jennifer Hodge and Desmond Richardson. And we've got so much going on because there's November and there's December also.
Wow.
So you have to come back. You have to come back. We are so appreciative of all of you that stay here with us all the time. And as our wait, Kimani, Nick.
You did a great job. I didn't even have to remind you this time. Go, Charmaine.
Points. Nick.
I think you guys got everything. Just amazing
Okay.
to listen to your stories. Just so appreciative to hear them.
Thank you, Francesca Solo. Really, it's an honor to have you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
I'm
to be
sorry
here.
for my picture. I'm so dark. Because
Stop.
Oh, stop it.
Stop that. It's beautiful.
You should read the chat. We're here. We're here, Solo. We're here, all here for you.
There were
And
phone numbers in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
Francesca
Oh,
Harper,
no, I take it back.
like our good Congressman John Lewis says, go on out there, y'all. Get into some good trouble.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.